Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is IZZAH FUAD and I am one of the representative from Group 1. Today we are going to present regarding the financial analysis ratios that we did on Petroliam Nasional Berhad. This presentation is made dedicated for Puan Rohanizan. Please enjoy the presentation. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and a very good day everyone. Today I am glad to welcome all board members to the annual general meeting 2019. Also present at the meeting today is Mr. Nabil, our financial manager, Ms. ATIQQAH, our company's accountant, and HAKIM as the representative still direct holding shareholder, and lastly, Ms. NABILA as MEHD representative. Thank you all for spending your time attending this important meeting. The objective of our meeting today is to receive and consider the financial report of PETRONAS for the fourth quarter in the year 2018 and 2019, as I'm willing to apply for a loan in Maybank to invest here. Before I start our meeting today, can we proceed to the next item regarding the minutes from the previous meeting? Any amendments?
No, Miss. I have no amendments to make.
Alright, thank you for the response, Mr. Nabil. I hope my instructions were clear regarding this meeting.
It was very clear, Ms. IZZAH. I have done my best to prepare for this meeting today.
Alright, let's start. By the way, if Ms. Nabila and Encik Hakim have any questions, you may proceed after the presentation to avoid disturbance. Okay, let's proceed to our main objective of this meeting. The reports are open discussions. Accountant, you may start your explanation now.
Thank you, Ms. IZZAH. Now I will explain the detail about statement of financial position of the company in 2019 and 2018 to show the comparison. The total non-current asset have increased by 21,079 compared to previous year, while the total current asset decreased by 13,893. The total current liability decreased by RM 38,930. Next, the total equity for the company has decreased by RM 30,893 from the previous year. Then we will go through the statement of profit and loss of Petroliam Nasional Berhad. The gross profit is RM 84,337. The earning before tax and interest is RM 56,917. While the earning after taxation is RM 40,472. After rounding up all liabilities and equity, it will make a total of RM 622,421. All of the detail appears to be lower than the previous year of 2018. That is all for me.
Thank you for the information, Ms. ATIQQAH. Next, Mr. Nabil, you may proceed with your ratio analysis.
Thank you, Ms. IZZAH. Firstly, I will talk about the liquidity ratio of the company for the fourth quarter of 2018 and 2019. Both here have the same value of 2 times ratio, and for the net working capital is 133,462 ringgit, then 129,504 ringgit. This means that the company can exactly pay off all its current liabilities with its existing assets. Next, we move on to the company activities ratio. The inventory turnover shows in 2018 is doing better than in 2019, 3.30 times than 3.04 times. Even though 2018's rates are better, given its relative high ratio, it shows that the balance can lead to shortage and the company will lose shares. For the total asset turnover, the ratio for 2018 is 0.11 times, while the year 2019 is 0.10 times. It shows that 2019's slow rate indicates that too much capital is tied up in assets that are not being used efficiently in generating revenue. But for the average collection period, the fourth quarter of 2018 ratio shows that the company cannot convert its receivable as fast as it should compared to 2019. Thirdly, I will read and explain the profitability ratio. For the gross profit margin in 2018 is 35.1% and for 2019 is 31.5%. The low profit margin of the fourth quarter of 2019 indicate a high cost of goods sold, which can be attributed to adverse purchasing policies, low selling price, low sales, stiff market competition, or wrong sales promotion policies. For the net profit margin in 2018 is 20.5%, but for the fourth quarter of 2019, it is 6.4%. This indicates that the company has very little profit from its sales revenue. Next, for the operating profit margin, it seems that in 2019, which is 16.4% are less well equipped to pay for fixed costs and interest on obligations, have lower chance to survive an economic slowdown, and are less capable of offering lower price than our competitors that have a high profit margin. Moving on the return on asset ratio, just the same as the previous ratio, in 2019, it shows 0.66% compared to 2.25% in 2018. Therefore, this concludes that the company's performance is less profitable and less efficient in 2019. Lastly, showing to you right now is the return on equity ratio, which indicates that in 2019 it is less capable of generating cash internally. Therefore, it is more depends on financing where the value is 0.94%, which is less in 2018. Finally, the last ratio is the leverage ratio. For the debt ratio, we can see that 2019 is doing better than 2018, where the value is 29.48% rather than 33.17%. That means that the company has a high debt in financing its assets. For the second ratio of leverage ratio, we have the equity ratio. The ratio helps us see the proportion of debt and equity in the capital structure of the company in the fourth quarter financial. For the value itself, the percentage in the 2019 shows a low value compared to 2018. This means that for every ringgit of the company owned by the shareholders, the company owes RM 1 ringgit to their creditors. Last but not least, we have the time interest and ratio. Based on the proportions that I calculated, we can see that in 2018, it is more significant than 2019 by 6.88 times and 3.29 times in 2019. This means that in 2018, the company can meet its interest obligation without earning a significantly greater than annual interest obligation. But for the year 2019, it is not significant. I think that is all from me for the company analysis ratio.
Thank you, Mr. Nabil, for the informative presentation. I'm up for any questions. Does Encik Hakim have any obligations towards the analysis of ratios? The reason why I wanted to invest in PETRONAS was to bring our company to the next level. Do you guys think it is a good move?
Thank you to everyone for the thorough explanation. From my personal point of view, based on the information, I think we cannot rely on only the fourth quarter statement, as there are some part of the financial doing great and there are some part of the show inconsistency. I also noticed in profitability ratio that is less simulating. Based on my understanding, why do you want still to invest in this company even though you know this company can promise you a great return on investment? That is all from me.
This is a tough decision to make since I already set up an appointment with one of the legal finance representatives to discuss this issue.
I'm just saying that it is a risky move to make, as we can be sure how the investment will turn out.
in order to protect the company's investment, I think I need more points to prove that PETRONAS is not in a good shape to invest. I do see how well other companies can pursue their goals after investing in a publicly listed companies, and I wanted to do the same for our company. But it seems like we are just going around and around again if we proceed.
Sorry for interrupting you, Ms. IZZAH. Based on the company ratios that our financial manager, Mr. Nabil, mentioned just now, it will be hard for us to sustain, especially in this economy currently, if we proceed to apply for a loan and invest. It will be okay if the company is doing great, but from what can we clearly see, I think we should take a step back.
Yes, I agree with Ms. ATIQQAH. This move is going to bring harm to us in the future. In the fourth quarter of 2019, they have mostly very low ratio compared to 2018, and it is not the right choice for us to invest in this company.
I think I would really love to hear from Ms. Nabila, as she would know better in this scope.
I think we should hear from her. It is an important decision to make, and everything will affect all of us.
You may proceed with your point of view, Ms. Nabila. Should we apply for a loan from Maybank to invest in PETRONAS?
Hi, Assalamualaikum. As you know, I'm a representative of Maybank. So basically, based on the performance of PETRONAS Berhad for the fourth quarter of both years, as we can see in leverage ratio, in the fourth quarter of 2018, the total percentage recorded as 33.70%, while in 2019 record a percentage decrease to 29.48%. I can easily spot that their company is dealing with a low percentage of debt in 2019. So it is a good sign because it reflects the lower amount of debt to finance their asset. Next, on the debt to equity ratio, as we can see in 2018, it shows that the record is 0.496 times compared to 2019, which is only 0.418 times. This shows that this company has lower debt to assets. However, the net profit margin in 2019 is lower compared to 2018. It shows here that the amount of return you will get is not that promising. However, on time interest earned, it shows a decreasing number in 2019. A lower times interest earned ratio means fewer earnings are available to meet interest payment. Failing to meet this obligation could force a company into bankruptcy. This company earned 3.29 times compared to the 2018, which was 6.88 times. However, based on what Mr. Nabil explained before, my overview is that PETRONAS Berhad is not suitable and stable company for you to invest in and make a profit yet. This is because, honestly, PETRONAS Berhad is a good local company that actually meet all the requirements for a company to invest. I suggest that you hold your decision first and wait for our economy to stabilize first. This also gives you more time and exposure to prepare your company for a better opportunity. Thank you.
Considering your opinion and the ratio that has been presented earlier, it is very worrying and very risky for us to proceed in investing now. I think I agree with you, Ms. Nabila. We need to actually focus on our company's performances first before proceeding.
Yes, I think that is better since we need to recover from our loss in the first restriction movement control in April last year.
Thank you so much to Ms. Nabila and Encik Hakim for giving us your honest opinion. Me and my team will do our best to seek future investment data.
Yes, Ms. IZZAH, we will do our best.
Alright, good. Shall we close this discussion now?
Yes, Miss.
Yes, please.
Thank you for your cooperation. I hope we will meet again in the next meeting. Thank you so much for spending your time watching our presentation. I hope you benefited from our information. Thank you.